India has a diverse and rich textile tradition. The origin of Indian textiles can be traced to the Indus Valley civilization. The people of this civilization used homespun cotton for weaving their garments. India had numerous trade links with the outside world, and Indian textiles, with their sophisticated designs in spinning, dyeing and weaving processes, were in great demand across the old world. The Indian textile industry today continues to be mainly cotton-based. Since independence, it has seen many developments, in which the Ministry of Textiles, Government of India, has played a major role. Cotton is one of the major crops cultivated in India. It accounts for more than 75% of the total fiber consumption in spinning mills and more than 50% of the total fiber consumption in the textile sector. In view of the importance of cotton to the textile economy, the government launched the Technology Mission on Cotton in February 2000 to bring about tangible improvement in the productivity, in the quality of cotton and to reduce the cost of production.
टेक्नोलॉजी मिशन जो TMC हम कहते हैं कॉटन में, आज इंडिया कॉटन में इतना प्रोडक्शन रिकॉर्ड तोड़ रहा है हर साल, और कॉटन ग्रोवर सुखी है। जिनिंग प्रेसिंग में जो हमको या मार्केटिंग यार्ड में सुविधा देनी चाहिए, बहुत सुविधा हमने दी, यानी कि अच्छी क्वालिटी तैयार करने के लिए TMC प्रोजेक्ट का पूरा लाभ पूरे देश ने लिया है। गुजरात, महाराष्ट्र ने और साउथ में सविशेष लिया है, लेकिन ये भी स्कीम बहुत अच्छी काम में आई है।
Considering the need to upgrade technology in different segments of the textile industry, the Government of India launched a Technology Upgradation Fund scheme, TUFS, with the objectives of 5% reimbursement of the normal interest or 15% credit-linked capital subsidy for the small-scale sector, 20% credit-linked capital subsidy for the power loom sector, 5% interest reimbursement plus 10% capital subsidy for specified processing machinery, garmenting and technical textiles.
The response to TUFS has been phenomenal. In fact, in the past 3-4 years, the projects which are incentivized by TUFS are of the order of 3,500 crores. It went to 7,000 crores in the next year, more than 15,000 crores during the year 2005-06, and during the year 2006-07 is approximately 80,000 plus crores.
India has been producing silk for more than 15 centuries. Today it ranks second in the world in this regard. India is the only country which produces all 4 varieties of silk: mulberry, eri, tussar and muga. Research and development serves to improve the yield and quality of raw material. In order to provide support and incentives for the production of quality cocoon and raw silk, Central Silk Board's Catalytic Development Program (CDP) is being implemented in the different silk producing states of the country. After years of research and planning, the Central Silk Board (CSB) has launched its much-awaited Silk Mark scheme in the country. The twin objectives of the Silk Mark scheme are consumer protection and brand promotion of Indian silk. India produces more than half of the world's jute. It is a cheap packaging material for bulk transport of food grains and some other granular and coarse powdery materials. Such use, mandatory for food grains and sugar, ensures a market for jute. The labor-intensive jute industry sustains some 4 million farm households, directly employs about 260,000 industrial workers, and provides livelihoods in allied activities to another 140,000 persons. Wool accounts for a relatively small part of India's textile fibre production, mainly in small units across the northern and western parts of the country. The common sources of raw material are sheep and camel. There are several government initiatives to enhance the wool sector both quantitatively and qualitatively, and to bring about more breadth in the range of products exported. Another important textile product of India is the carpet. It ranges in intricacy and price from the Kashmir varieties, similar in technique and spirit to the products of Persia and Central Asia, to the more modest kind manufactured in places such as Moradabad, Bhadoi, Mirzapur and Panipat. To eradicate the incidence of child labour from the carpet industry, CEPC has adopted a label, Kaleen. India's rich and diverse handloom heritage made a potent statement, binding history and culture with economics and commerce. About 6.5 million Indians are employed in the handloom sector, the second most vital livelihood base after agriculture. Hence, the well-being of this sector is crucial.
इतने वीवर्स हैं हमारे पास पूरे देश में, गरीब बेचारे हैंडलूम वीवर्स अपने घर में कॉटेज इंडस्ट्री के हिसाब से वीविंग करते हैं. इनके लिए शायद हिंदुस्तान में किसी मिनिस्ट्री के पास नहीं है ऐसी बहुत बढ़िया स्कीम, इंश्योरेंस स्कीम, 3-4 प्रकार की स्कीमें जिसमें पढ़ने की सुविधा हो, एक्सीडेंट होता है तो क्या उसमें सुविधा मिलेगी. इतना ही नहीं, किसी का स्वर्गवास हो गया, कोई मर गया तो उसके लिए फैमिली के लिए क्या सुविधा होगी. ये सब हमने जितना भी हो सके इतना उसमें हमने रियायतें दी है.
Among India's greatest handloom products is the sari, one of the most versatile attires in the world. Woven mainly in cotton or silk, often adorned with distinctive motifs in gold or silver thread called zari, the survival of these distinctive designs through more than a century of competition from mill textiles shows that India has retained her glorious traditions. The Integrated Handloom Cluster Development Scheme promotes small and medium enterprises. Handloom Mark Scheme, launched by the Prime Minister in June 2006, is aimed at promoting handloom fabrics and garments as a brand. Handloom Mark Scheme is being implemented by the Textiles Committee under the guidance of the Development Commissioner, Handlooms.
We have recently introduced the Handloom Cluster Scheme, whereby 250 clusters have been selected all over the country, and we are subsidizing and paying for professional designers to be posted in these clusters, helping them with exhibitions and buyers and seller meets and any other form of help that they need after a full diagnostic study is covered.
The advent of power looms has transformed a traditional craft into a modern industrial process. The power loom sector functions mainly through unorganized SMEs. However, it accounts for a major portion of India's textile production. There are 19.46 lakh power looms in the country, distributed over approximately 4.34 lakh units. Some of them can be found clustered in remote areas. Their output often matches that of large mills in the organized sector. The power loom sector contributes 63% of the total cloth production of the country and provides employment to about 48.65 lakh persons.
As a country, India is very strategically placed to take advantage of the developments in the textile and apparel area. We are the second biggest producer of cotton, the second biggest consumer also. We are very well placed in man-made fibers, silk and jute and many other fibers. With the growing boom and the development in the Indian economy, which is growing at more than 7 to 8% per annum, we expect that the demand in apparel will grow at over 16% per year. Similarly, the demand in the international trade in textile and clothing is expected to develop at over 6% compounded annual growth rate year on year. All these will give a big boost to the Indian textile and clothing field.
India is emerging as a major player in ready-to-wear garments and apparel. In branded as well as unbranded garments, Indian manufacturers have a notable presence in domestic and international markets. The material, cut, fitting and stitching of branded high-end Indian garments offers world-class quality at affordable prices. India is becoming the preferred place for foreign firms to outsource manufacture of garments.
The textile industry, or more so the apparel industry, is very suitable for India, especially it is labor intensive and a dollar earning industry. there is a long road ahead for India to grow, both in terms of earning dollars as well as creating big employment.
The segment of India's population with disposable incomes has grown dramatically. Supermarkets and malls showcase the best on offer. Spurred by this, prominent fashion designers regularly display their work at prestigious shows in Mumbai, Delhi and other metros.
Indian textiles today is moving places, from a lost heritage to international status, thanks to the efforts of lots of designers, both international and Indian, who are taking the fabric across right to the international catwalks. And I think it's a great place to be and has a great future.
The first textile park set up under the central government scheme for integrated textile parks, SITP, has been inaugurated by the then Union Finance Minister P. Chidambaram and Union Minister for Textiles Shankar Singh Waghela near Palladam in Coimbatore. The Union State Textile Minister EVKS Elangovan was also present. This is one of the 30 parks approved by the Union Ministry of Textiles. Government initiatives to further these developments include export-oriented apparel parks, entities such as the National Institute of Fashion Technology, NIFT, to professionalize the textile industry.
NIFT started in the year 1986 at Delhi with the premier intention of providing professionals to the industry which was growing even at that time. NIFT is really trying hard to cope up with the demands of the industry and providing good professionals. In the year 2008 we are starting 4 more institutes to make it 12 centers across the country.
A notable example of such viability is the state of Gujarat, contributes significantly to India's worldwide presence in denim, the material for blue jeans. Leading brands in jeans around the world today are made of Indian denim. Workers who lost their jobs owing to the closure of textile mills from 1985 onwards are being compensated and rehabilitated through a Textile Workers Rehabilitation Fund scheme.
It's a matter of happiness that in spite of all odds, the performance of textile sector has achieved a very good results in the last 4 to 5 years. Government is taking all steps to strengthen the textile sector by providing better infrastructure, training of manpower, and overall conducive fiscal atmosphere.
The textile industry today is witnessing a golden era under the present government. The textile industry in India has come a long way in modern times and is poised to claim its place as a world leader. For sheer quality of its materials and products, the rich tradition underlying them, and its quick adaptability to new ideas, designs and technology, India is not easy to match. Until as recently as 2 centuries ago, the world looked towards India for the best in textiles. The industry is now again looking up and is even attracting foreign direct investment. It is once again a sunrise industry, casting its radiance across the globe.